Welcome back to another video. So I received the following question: how you deal with non-connected zones within Digital Shape Editor. So let me jump to Shape, Digital Shape Editor, and this will be the case study. So I will hide the one with the door open and show this car. So this will be the car model. If I will go with Mesh Cleaner over here, I will select this, I will analyze it. We're gonna see that in this case, since this was created within Blender, it will have a lot of non-manifold edges and other problems. So I will select all of those. I will hit apply, and those will be, in this case, deleted. So we see that there are multiple elements that have been deleted. So currently the model doesn't have any problems, so no corrupted triangles, no duplicated triangles, no inconsistent orientation, and also non-manifold edges and vertices. But if I will go to structure, if I'm gonna say in this case that I want to split everything over here like this, so split in connected zones, this will actually keep all the meshes together and automatic surface will not work. So we need to go with distinct, and this will actually create all those individual meshes. So if I'm going to hit apply, now we're going to see CATIA will start processing those point clouds. All will be added over here. So in this case, there will be a lot of sub meshes. But keep in mind that the model is quite complex. For example, if I'm going to zoom in over here, we're going to see that this brake disc will actually be created from multiple meshes. In this case, we have this section, which will be one. After that, we have the caliper and so on. So each of those individual geometry will be an individual mesh. Now, usually when you split the connected zones, usually the largest mesh will be positioned over here. So we see submesh 1 will actually be the interior of the rim. So I can have this hidden. And if I want to process this, I can go within Start, Shape, Quick Surface Reconstruction, and I can enable the automatic surface for this rim over here. We see the recommended values over here for the surface detail. I will go with 3000. Mean surface deviation, I will leave that to 0.1. I can also uncheck full internal tangency in this case. And if I'm going to hit preview, now CATIA will start process that automatic surface. But considering the complexity of the model, if for each model it will take a lot of time. And we see that we have this following warning. So the specified target ratio cannot be achieved with these parameters. I'm going to click OK. Even though I received that warning, if I will click now OK, this will be converted to a surface. But the surface will be added at the end of the list. So this is sub mesh 1. If I'm going to hide this, underneath it will be that surface, which is this one. And in this case, we see, since this was created using automatic surface, it's not a clean CAD model. So we see over here various bands of the mesh. But now that mesh can be further taken within surface design or even part design and work with that. If you want to hide it, you can just hide it and it will be hidden. And the same principle will apply for other elements, for example the hood. If I'm going to right click and I will center the graph, we're going to see that the hood will actually be 105, so this will be the submesh. And if I will go with quick surface reconstruction for this, if I'm going to hit preview, it will start processing. Again, I will leave the surface detail to 3000. And we're going to see that in this case, we are not going to receive that warning since the mesh is a lot easier to be defined. So I can just click OK. I can hide the original mesh, and underneath it, we're going to have the following surface over here. Now, this also has some various areas where we have added geometry. We see over here on that edge. If I'm gonna double click on that, it will take me back to the automatic surface. And I highly recommend you in this case to go with full internal tangency. We can go with the target ratio with a larger value, 98. If I will increase the surface detail, that will also make the model a lot more smoother. So I increase those parameters, and now let's take a look at the output. Even this computation limit, now we had received this, but we see that overall this will overlap with the original mesh quite well. If I'm going to click OK, if I will hide that, this will be the output. And again, it will have various surfaces over here. So if you want to maintain a good CAD model, you will have to reconstruct this. And within one of my previous videos that I'm also going to put in the video description, you will find the details regarding that. But if you don't want sharp detailed surfaces and you are okay with sections like this, you can also go with automatic surface. It highly depends with the output of the model. If you mainly just want to do some modifications and afterwards do a 3D print, it will be good like this. But if the output will be something that requires better surfaces, this should be recreated from scratch. Okay, so I hope you find this content useful. I will position a similar video over here onto the left side, and I will also add the subscribe button to the right. Also, if you want to support me, you're gonna find a link at Buy Me a Coffee in the video description. So that's it. Thanks for watching.